Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on how to maximize your productivity. So how do you maximize your productivity? Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now. Maximizing your productivity extends beyond the ambit of delegating tasks to artificial intelligences and robots, as well as establishing automated processes to complete tasks on your behalf. What else is required to maximize your productivity? Well, maximizing your productivity entails working efficaciously. It means working efficiently. It means not needlessly, imprudently, gormlessly squandering your sacrosanct, indispensable, finite, precious time. When you're able to maximize your productivity, it can redound immensely to your benefit. It allows you to get far more accomplished in a shorter period of time than you otherwise would be able to if you neglected to maximize your productivity. Part of maximizing your productivity entails optimizing your house. If your vessel is inflamed, if it's ailing, it's going to adversely impinge on your productivity. It's going to undermine your productivity. When you are chronically stressed out, chronically burned out, chronically fatigued, and chronically inflamed, it's not only going to adversely impact your well-being, but it's going to compromise your ability to maximize your productivity. So, what measures should you take to optimize your house so that you're able to work far more productively? Well, you should engage in quality deep sleep sessions for a prolonged period of time. You want to be able to be reinvigorated. When you're highly productive, you can get far more accomplished in a shorter period of time than you otherwise would be able to get accomplished if you are unproductive. You also want to be able to partake in heart-healthy exercises, engage in stress-alleviating activities, and of course, embrace a heart-healthy, brain-healthy, kidney-healthy, alkaline, anti-glycation, antioxidant-rich, anti-inflammatory, raw fruitarian diet. You could also embrace intermittent fasting between meals if you so choose to do so. But before you engage in an intermittent fast, make sure that your vessel is amply nourished and that you have a healthy BMI of well above 18.5 and that you are amply hydrated. Also make sure that you take vegan supplements each and every day to optimize your nutrient levels and to avert succumbing to nutrient deficiencies. You never want to have subpar nutrient levels nor ever succumb to nutrient deficiencies. You should do everything in your purview to optimize your health. Unbeknownst to most people, undergoing health optimization measures so that you could have robust, vigorous health is conducive to maximizing your productivity. If your vessel is severely, acutely inflamed, if you're in insufferable pain, it's going to undermine your ability to maximize your productivity. It's going to render it all the more arduous, all the more cumbersome for you to actualize your latent potential. Maximizing your productivity is not about travailing for the maximum amount of hours to be able to reach your overarching goals and achieve your higher aspirations. It is about working far more efficiently and getting far more accomplished in a shorter period of time than you otherwise would be able to if you did not maximize your productivity. So There are other measures that you can take to maximize your productivity beyond the aforementioned measures. You should always research which automation technologies are available to you, and subsequently leverage those automation technologies to delegate tasks to. You want to be able to liberate as much time in your life as possible and get as much as you can accomplished in the shortest period of time. And that involves employing robust artificial intelligences, as well as leveraging automated processes to complete as many tasks as possible. On your end, you want to hone in on doing something that other people are incapable of doing. For instance, if you are highly creative and you do not believe that anyone else has ideas on par with yours, then you can hone in on ameliorating any aspects, any components, any facets of your business that require unalloyed, profound creativity for you to ascend your brand to the next level. There's creativity in marketing campaigns. There's creativity in product development. Businesses are marketing and innovation. If you neglect to innovate, then you're a little more apt to succumb to stagnation. You never want your business to become defunct. You never want your business to become insurmountably indebted and metaphorically become in arrears. You want to thrive, prosper, and flourish. You want to be able to cultivate brand growth, attain substantial brand recognition, foster strong brand loyalty, and attain robust brand equity. If your products are deemed to be characterized by insipid mediocrity, they're deemed to be banal, lackluster, or mediocre at best, it will redound to your disadvantage. So, reserve your mental bandwidth, your time, and your focus for creative facets of your business, such as the product development facet of your business, or the content creation facet of your business, or the marketing facet of your business. You need to be able to churn out and curate compelling content, as well as release products that assuage unmet needs among your target market. And you'll need to exhaust and tap into your creativity, one of your greatest assets, to be able to satisfy that unmet demand for highly innovative, novel, robust products. Do not be a copycat brand. Tap into your creativity. If there are rudimentary menial tasks that need to get done, see if you can outsource them to robots, artificial intelligences, or leverage automated processes to complete those tasks. That we could hone in on augmenting the creative facets of your business. You want to be able to render your marketing campaigns all the more enticing. That requires creativity. You want to be able to render your products all the more enticing. That also requires creativity to be able to innovate your product lines. And you want to be able to render your content all the more compelling, novel, extraordinary, viral-worthy, algorithm recommendation-worthy, like-worthy, engagement-worthy, share-worthy, and have it apt to yield high engagement rates, high watch times, high viewership rates, and high audience retention rates. You want your content to build traction and transcend into becoming viral content. That also requires creativity. So maximizing your productivity starts with taking health optimization measures so that you are not undermined by inflammation, and so that you're all the more resilient to being besieged by acute stressors. If you're ailing, it's going to redound to your disadvantage and adversely impact your ability to maximize your productivity. You never want to be stifled, stymied, impeded, or encumbered, especially if you can avert doing so. As your house is optimized, ascertain which automation technologies you can leverage to delegate tasks to. You want to be able to automate as many tasks and activities as viably possible. And then that way, during your work time, you can hone in on augmenting the creative components of your business that require your undivided attention. You do not want your attention to be diverted away from augmenting the creative components of your business. You will need to innovate your product lines, enhance your marketing campaigns, and produce compelling content to get ahead. Moreover, you want to be able to embrace an abundance mindset, be optimistic, and have a higher positive to negative thought ratio. Do not allow anxieties to live rent-free in your neurons. Expunge them from the bowels of your mind. Do not allow them to taint your mind nor pervade your mind. Do not allow thoughts of failure to deter you from pursuing entrepreneurial pursuits. Do not be trepidatious. Have the audacity, have the temerity. Have the tenacity, and have the perseverance to move your life in a forward movement trajectory. And not be set back, and not be stunted, and not be paralyzed by fearful thoughts that you conjure up in the bowels of your mind to deter yourself to do something. You want to be able to reach your higher aspirations, achieve your overarching goals, manifest the quintessential version of yourself into reality, and make inroads towards maximizing your success. You want to be able to manifest a prosperous, abundant, auspicious future into reality. You want to be able to thrive, prosper, and flourish. So Part of maximizing your productivity entails embracing an abundance mindset and not being trepidatious, to not be anxious, to not be worried. Focus in on getting ahead and to not look back. I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Before I depart, I wanted to mention that by embracing intermittent fasting, it allows your vessel to be in a state of, well, I should say it allows your vessel to reap the benefits of experiencing autophagy and ketosis when it is in a fasted state. Furthermore, when your vessel is in autophagy, is able to eradicate more cancer cells, more senescent cells, more fungal infected cells, more viral infected cells, more advanced glycation end products, and of course more senescent cells. Furthermore, when your vessel is in a fasted state, it increases insulin sensitivity and attenuates inflammation markers. And it can help to reduce your blood pressure and reduce your triglyceride levels, as well as your LDL cholesterol levels. So when your vessel is in a fasted state, your vessel is on the mend. But before you fast, make sure that your vessel is amicably hydrated, amicably nourished, and that you have a healthy BMI of well over 18.5. And make sure to take vegan supplements on a daily basis to avert nutrient deficiencies and to optimize nutrient levels. By optimizing your health, it will redound immensely to your advantage, and it will render you all the more poised, all the more primed, all the more apt to be able to maximize your productivity. If you attempt to maximize your productivity with having subpar health, nothing salubrious, nothing beneficent can ensue from that. You're not going to be able to maximize your productivity if you're succumbing to chronic inflammation, chronic fatigue, chronic burnout, and chronic stress. You need to become resilient. You need to have vigor, fortitude, resilience. And if your vessel is waning, if it's atrophying, it's going to be all the more arduous to move your life in a forward movement trajectory, especially if your health is severely compromised. So, once again, I hope that you deemed this video to be insightful and informative. Take the requisite prudent measures to maximize your productivity and do not neglect to do so. When you maximize your productivity, you can accomplish far more out of life in a shorter period of time. You always want to be able to manifest the quintessential version of yourself into reality. Do not concede to being a lesser version of yourself. Live up to your actualize your latent potential. And live up to the expectations that you set forth for yourself. And realize that maximizing your productivity is not about trying to simultaneously do everything. It's about delegating tasks to robots, artificial intelligences, as well as automated processes. You want to be able to leverage automation technologies as deemed necessary so that you could hone in on the creative components of your business that cannot be outsourced to automation technologies at this juncture. I hope that you found this video to be informative and engrossing. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.